What up? Day 29. We got one more day. Holy smokes. Stuck with it. We did it. All right. That's my hook for you guys. So you have the burning question of what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Okay, so today's breakdown, we're going to break down an email. Although it's revolving around this specific topic that's been on my mind a lot lately. And my LinkedIn feed is literally 50%. I don't know if it's because of the other copywriters I'm on, connected with there who I follow, but AI is still a hot topic. And my perspective has shifted a lot, especially after doing this course slash like cohort thing earlier this year from In Copy Chief, which is one of the best communities to be in as a copywriter slash marketer, right? And we did this whole AI and like writing on your own plus AI thing. And also recently with the people I've been working with, how much we use AI and where you as a copywriter and marketer, or if you own your own business, and how you can use AI and if you want to, right? And if you should. So let's get right into it. So let me give you a little bit of backstory before we break down the email. When I started writing copy over 2 years ago now, and that's when AI kind of like just came out, like end of 2022. I started a little bit after that. That's when AI came out, and it was still, people were still learning how to navigate it. Everyone was selling you prompts, of course, right? And people were still not very sold on it, but people were starting to use it. And matter of fact, a lot of businesses were going one way or the other. Some people were like literally firing their copywriters, which is dumb, right? And they were just like, we're going to go full AI. And other people were like, we're not using it at all. And since it's been a little over 2 years, people are still like iffy about it and are using like all kinds of like ineffective, not totally ineffective, but partially ineffective AI like detecting tools. And I think when I started, I was more of a purist because I was like, I'm a human, I'm a writer. And there's truth to that. And I think writers are actually becoming more of a hot commodity now, like good writers. Let's talk about writing in the frame of creativity and marketing right now. We'll save writers of different kinds for another day. But generally speaking, people still need a creative marketing, copywriting mind of someone that knows what they're doing. That's the most important thing. Do they understand their skill, their craft? You will not, if you're someone who's starting out day one, you're gonna go to ChatGPT or Claude and be like, do this in a ADA framework. Write this copy for me, and it's gonna fucking suck. That's the reality. It's not gonna be that good. You need what takes time to write, or it takes time to understand the things to look for. That is the reality. So if you're a business owner and you're thinking of doing all the prompting yourself, good fucking luck. Your copy is going to suck, even with AI. Why? Because everyone can do those things. Everyone can do those prompts. You don't have the ability, if you're not a good copywriter or marketer, to go in and tweak things. You don't have that foresight, that ability to be like, this needs some tweaking. No, I don't like that. That sounds too AI. And so that's really it. So I mean, if you're if you're a marketer or copywriter, should you be scared? Fuck no. No, you shouldn't. We got to embrace this shit. And you have to learn how to just really amplify your human side. That's how I see it, at least. And that's how my mind has shifted. AI is here, and it's here to stay. And you still need to be a good writer and or marketer. You have to be. Otherwise, just literally look at it. If you look at two variables, okay, let's say they're the same. Let's say A and B are both equal levels of copywriting skills, and then they're both using AI. They're going to be the same quality. They're going to convert the same. But let's say you have two people using AI, but one is really good at what they do and understands I'm going to use AI to shortcut my process, but I'm still going to do the human writing. And I'm going to say, I have an idea. Boom. And then AI is going to take what it has, what it out there, and then you can go and be like, I don't like that. That's not my voice, but I like the structure. What does that do? It lowers the time it takes for you to do the thing. And that's all it is. That's literally it. It does the laborious parts of it, but you're the creative and you're the person with the site and you're the person that can do the initial draft, or you can do the opposite way. You can be like, write me a draft, and you go and you edit everything. Or you can have it more as an editor. It really depends on your style. And I know some people, like some OG copywriters and marketers, are like, fuck no, I'm not using it at all. And if you've earned your you can say that, then sure, you can say that, but it could probably save you time. It really, everyone's different, but I think it's here and it's here to stay. So if you're starting on this journey, you better like embrace it early. Um, you know, that like that's just the reality. So it needs something to work with though. It needs like someone to go in there and do and know what they're talking about. And the more you actually have, the more it has like intellectual property or has like your voice and it understands, the better. It's gonna take a while to build a relationship with it. So with that being said, I want to break down this email by Kevin Rogers, who is essentially like mine and everyone else in the Copy Chief community's like copywriting coach, I guess you could say, or copy chief or whatever. But his whole thing is like, you're all copy chiefs now. You're all like, now AI is like a junior copywriter, and that's how you have to look at it. You have to come at it and you have to be the adult in the room. How I was using it before was I was like, does this sound good? And if you trust AI to do that for you, you're fucked. You can't do that. You have to be the one that has the skills. And then you're like, nah, I don't like that. Nah, you can't trust it 100%. It literally says at the bottom of every AI tools, it makes mistakes. Also with the copy, it makes mistakes. So you have to know that. But I got this email from Kevin, and I guess that's what sparked this idea for today's video and it's let me see if I can pull up the title. Okay, here we go. So the title is right here, and I'm gonna minimize. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna be up here this time, huh? How about that? How about I mix it up on you guys a little bit? Usually on the bottom right. All right, so Kevin Rogers, Copy Chief, again, shameless plug. If you're a marketer, copywriter who's just trying to get better, honestly, the relationships you build, crazy. Anyways, so Kevin at copychief.com, subject line, you don't need to bleed for your copy to be good. And he, you got to come up with your own hooks a lot of the time too, by the way. But when it understands your style of hooks, it can help you. Maybe it helped him write that. Maybe he wrote that. I don't know. But the thing is, how does this sound, right? That's a good hook. That's a good subject line, right? You don't need to bleed for your copy to be good. So can we kill this myth already? That unless you suffer for your art, it's not real. So he's starting with a polarizing take. He has his own side, and that's building your brand 101, right? So we're looking at this from the lens of, remember, breaking down these emails and having like building your brand as, what do I stand for? What am I against? And how can I help you, right? So let's keep going. That unless your eyes are dry and your shoulders are erect, it's not authentic. Bullshit. You know what is real? Thinking deeply, choosing wisely, knowing why your copy works. And you know what that takes? Time, experience, right? So this is like his truth behind AI. And I agree with him. Honestly, I agree with this email almost entirely. And not to parrot what's being done here. That's kind of how my mind changed. But let's keep going. So time, experience, it's literally not free. That's the point he's making. It's not free. You don't get to just use AI and like come up with killer freaking copy. It depends, shit in, shit out. But good stuff in, good stuff out is good stuff out, right? So time, experience, and a brain that's not fried from wrestling blank pages all day. I like that. Let's be honest, this industry loves glorifying the grind, but most of that grind is busy work, not brilliance. Little alliteration there. Here's the uncomfortable truth. AI is not, excuse me, AI is not your enemy, your ego is. So what he's doing is he's presenting an inconvenient truth to implant a belief. My guess is what he's going to come up with his next few emails is going to have to do with him selling you something about AI, right? Or his copy chief community, which is starting to educate people more about AI and how to use it, right? So he's implanting these beliefs. That's what he's doing. We've talked about this many times now, right? You don't teach by directly being like, I'm right, you're wrong. You present inconvenient truths. You're like, fuck, okay. And there are principles behind these, more like almost like moralities, right? It's Yes, principle. Let's stick with that actually. So the part of you that needs to earn it the hard way, the part that thinks easy equals cheating, the part that would rather feel busy than be effective. Listen, I'm not saying you should hit a button, call it done. I'm saying your job just got more mental than manual. You're the thinker now, the strategist, the filter of meaning, the tastemaker, the hybrid writer, right? This is the new reality that he's kind of painting, right? Again, implanting beliefs. That's the gig. And it pays better anyway. On Tuesday, I'll show you how to own it like a pro without feeling like a fraud. So there's the objection they might have, right? Own it like a pro is the promise, and he's teasing the churn. Stay tuned, Kevin. And there you have it. Simple email and planting beliefs, and he's getting them ready for what he's launching or promoting. And I figured this would be really good with the email the concept of today's subject, and it's a hot subject right now, hot topic. And one more thing before I close this out, one client I'm doing the majority of my work with now is like, we're pumping out like emails, but he has a lot of intellectual property and he has a copywriter who knows what they're doing, moi, if I do say so myself, who's going in and isn't just like, no, it's like I'm going in and I'm writing these emails a lot faster with AI because it has a base to work with. Okay. And it still needs that human touch. I would never recommend someone just go in without editing, post shit with AI without editing and proofreading and making it human. So that's it for today. Tomorrow's the final day. Hey, little dopamine hit. I'll see you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.